Welcome, AI Prompt Warriors, the game show where curiosity meets intelligence. This is the Rovo Games. Please welcome your hosts, Sajid Nair and Robert Lee.
May AI bless you.
You know, Sajid, it's been a while since we've done one of these, and I was all excited for the other theme song we have to pop open. I started dancing, and then, oh, right, Rovo Games. We got this.
Yeah, it's much more serious. We talk less about random stuff on this one. But this is how it started, right? This was our first. It's not a podcast, not a live stream. What are we calling this? Is this a series? It's a learning series?
I think so.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was our first quiz show. So my first quiz show. You're like 15th.
Yeah, but no, welcome everybody. Rovo Games episode 7th. This is the 7th month we are doing this. But I agree with Rob, because we've been doing asking for trouble for so long. Feels so long. It's been like 15, 16 episodes now. And each week we talk about something completely random, something completely new. And out of that, Robo Games has kind of just slipped a little. But we are back and we are experimenting with new formats, as you guys might already know. Last month we had Rebecca. And Rebecca and Rob actually kicked me out. They didn't let me join the stream. So I'm a little sad about that. But I'm here.
Well, we're glad you're back, Sajid. We had a great time without you. I don't know what happened.
It's such a fun sentence. We had a great time without you, but like, welcome back.
And I'll take no further questions on that.
All right. Yes. So welcome. What have you been up to with Rovo these days? So by the way, we will, for everybody else who's just joining in, we will have a lot of Rovo questions today. We'll have a lot of conversations around Rovo today, and what's new, what's latest, what's updated, what's not so greatest. So a bunch of those things will be up on the schedule. But what have you been up to?
Mostly kind of looking into the newer stuff, like Rovo Memories. I think that was announced at Team.
Yeah.
But I've had some fun looking into that. And I need to get a challenge going for folks to go and just post the funniest memory they find that Rovo has of them. But just looking into the new features is mostly what I've been doing. And then just the basic trainings on, finding agents, how to use them, prompting, that kind of stuff. Yeah. I bet you have a different perspective on Rovo, though, because you get in a different way.
Yeah. I've been using Rovo a little more officially in my capacity at work. And there have been times when Rovo has, how do you say, tested my patience by being polite. I do. Sometimes I wanted to put Claude and Rovo just next to each other and ask them to just raise your hands and just stand outside the glass door, because they gave me incorrect information. And then very nicely would just say, "Oh, my bad. This is the correct information." So, yeah, I mean, I know it's that one small line, and I've said this earlier, uses AI, please verify. That puts a lot of ball, like the ball is always in your court. You can't trust to make it, bigger things. So the time that I have spent in the last couple of weeks verify information probably is lesser than the time I would have done it to do it in the first place. But like, the benefits still outweigh the struggles that I have. So I would still be a believer in that we are moving towards a system where it will be easier to remove repetitive tasks and do more intellectual stuff. While I say that, it is true that I am losing my ability to write generic email responses as well at times, because we use these chat tools so much. Like the other day, I've now officially moved to Dia for all my personal communication. It doesn't even let me write email. Like, it literally writes the entire suggested email. So like how Google says, or LinkedIn, when somebody sends you a message, it says, "Oh, thank you. Oh, how are you?" Those are the generic messages.
Yep.
Dia gives the exact answer that I would write.
I've been using Dia too personally, and it does, like, I use Google Mail and it'll populate like a paragraph, and I'm like,
yeah,
That's not bad.
Yeah, I just like I read it and I was like, nope, I have nothing to add. I just said,
Mm-hmm. And at what point is it just going to be communicating on our behalf, and we'll have to review like a report once every 6 months or something?
yeah. I like what Mary is saying. She says sometimes Robo goes rogue and will rewrite over pages. I have to say, just put in the chat and I will review them manually later. Has happened with me as well, and a lot of friends that I work with, Mary, definitely feel your pain. That's what I was saying. Not just that, like it has done some things that I would, if it was a team member, I would reprimand them for, like causing issues to an active Confluence space. But yeah, I mean, but like again, long term vision, still a believer that there are a lot of good things that has happened over the last 4 months or 5 months actually. Like 6 months back, think what we were doing with Rovo, Rob. We were just asking it to summarize comments. That's it. At
Mm-hmm.
least that's what I was doing. There was nothing very super about super stuff about that I was leveraging. But today it has become part of the workflow, from creating blank whiteboards, not using blank whiteboards, to getting started with, like if I have to do a customer pitch, doing a little research for me for competitors. So yeah.
I was gonna say we've got like the create with Confluence, all create with Rovo and Confluence. We've got a better thinking and reasoning. I've started using the research more too.
Hmm.
And I also like Mary's follow up here in chat, but I can't live without it.
Yeah, I agree, Mary. uh all right, so that's about Rovo. What about the other aspects, where like any new update that you're excited about, or any new feature that you've tried from Rovo?
Again, I mentioned earlier the memories being able to control, because when we prompt Rovo, it's only a little bit of the input.
Hmm.
And there's a lot going on in the back end. Like if you just ask Rovo, get me my work, it'll format it and it'll do something. So there's other stuff feeding into it.
Hmm.
Those memories that used to be hidden, like there was something
Sure.
called it before, but now we can at least change it. So I can go in and tell it, always give me a
Hmm.
TLDR up front, always change this. It gives me more control over the general
Hmm.
behavior. And it's almost like we're not quite to a place where we can templatize prompts. And I don't know if they'll ever give us that feature, but it's getting us closer to there. And a lot of people ask me, hey, how do we have a standardized prompt we share across the team? I go, well, you
Yeah.
don't. You copy and
Yeah.
paste or you hotkey
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. like like a prompt library for an organization. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, there is one with Create with Rovo and a couple other spots, but we can't change
But
it.
yeah, yeah, you can't
It's
change it.
mhm.
One thing that I don't know, and again, I might be somebody who has started using it pretty late, because as Rob, I was a one-person organization for a long time, but now I work with a very big people who are much smarter than me. And what happens in scenarios like that is you tend to not use the features that you thought are not working. So, like a couple of months back, I was doing a pitch for a customer, for a premium customer, and I created some data set using Rovo to show them some features.
Mhm.
And very nicely, Rovo said, "This is what I can do. This is what I can't do." So, like it said that I can't create filters for you at the moment, and that's where I am. And I think last week I was doing some, I don't know if it's like the features just rolling out over a period of time. Last week I asked it the same thing, and I was very much expecting it to say the same thing, that I can't create dashboards and filters, but it did. It did create. And I was like, whoa, like a couple months back you said you can't do it.
True, and I've also noticed there are things that it could do a couple months ago that have changed.
Yes.
It's like, yes, we're getting these new things that you would hope an AI tool built by and built within Atlassian can do, and we're also like the hand that giveth taketh away in some cases. I was building a training for Jira admins, and there's a button that says "Explain this workflow to me," and you click it,
Hmm.
and Rovo says, "Oh, I actually can't do that."
Anymore. I wish
What?
it said anymore,
Mm-hmm. Like the button's right
because it
there.
could do that.
So I mean, it's kind of good news in my mind. It means Atlassian is
Yeah.
proactively going through and looking and changing things. It's just frustrating at an individual user level, because the thing that you tell someone about or the thing that you get excited about no longer works,
Yeah.
and then you discover that.
Yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
agree.
overall, good changes, exciting stuff, and just a constant learning experience.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's get started with some of the questions, right? So because we are not asking you to move to StreamYard, Mentimeter, in Rovo Games, we are now going to do all our polls right here. So we'll do the polls and we'll see where we are, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. And then Rob will be the answer revealer. I will announce the polls, and let's see if Rob knows the answers. All right, I'll start with the first poll. How you play the poll is you just enter the number of the correct answer that you think is correct. So, Rovo Studio reached GA at Team 26. What can you not build in the new studio? Can you not build custom AI agents, automation flows, custom LLM models, or Forge apps?
So just chat a 1, 2, 3, or 4. You can't do multiple options, and you can't have other text on the line. So it's got to just be a 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Nice. See, I moved the poll from your side to my side, Rob,
What if
because
I
you
want
have
it
to
on my
reveal
side?
the answer.
Oh, it's true.
All
Seeing
right,
a lot
let's see
of
what the audience is saying. Custom
threes.
LLM models. That's right. I like this use case Kayatra is mentioning. Using Rovo as a Claude substitute for customizing CSS, and it's able to do that.
Kythra has a lot of very interesting use cases for Atlassian in general, but also for Rovo, just
Hmm,
given her perspective and what she needs to do. Um,
nice. What do you think, Rob? What's the correct answer?
um, now that I'm looking at it, like I haven't tried making an LLM model in Rovo, but we asked in Studio. So
Hmm,
Studio is where Atlassian is pushing us to go build AI agents, automations, and Forge apps. So as of Team 26, you cannot make a custom LLM model out of Studio.
hmm. That is correct. So the audience is right. The
Yeah.
number three, custom LLM models, is what you can't do. Quick question though: how much energy did it take for you to not say rule after automation?
A lot. I learned about that at Team when I was running a session on automation flows. And
Hmm.
I opened it saying, all right, folks, some bad news. Automation rules are gone. They got rid of them. And the whole audience was really confused for a second. Exactly. Yeah. That's one habit I'm still changing. It's kind of like issue or project.
Hmm.
I go back and
Nice.
forth for a while.
Yeah. All right. That's good. Let's talk a little bit about what powers Rovo. Teamwork graph. Let's talk about teamwork graph. So grounding AI responses in teamwork graph data delivered what results as per benchmarks. Now this was announced in Team 26. Whether those responses were 30% more accurate, 25% fewer tokens, 44% more accurate, 48% fewer tokens. These kind of questions are just like when was Atlassian founded, and like just write 4 years where you think it might have been.
Um, uh, okay. Also, like tokens, that just makes me think of the 90s arcades where you had to go in and you get a
Oh,
fistful of
this was
quarters.
so much fun.
So much nostalgia. Um, I don't. I don't know. One. All right, folks, just respond to the 1, 2, 3, or 4 in chat, whatever you think is correct.
I wish you could say zero, like because I don't know.
I guess it kind of like. I guess it kind of makes sense because you're using data within Atlassian. You don't have to reach out to the LLMs. That it's
Hmm,
getting better, faster, stronger, and Atlassian controls the teamwork graph. So,
that's true.
but I don't know how much that would help it. Is it a 30% better or a 60% better? Okay, Anne's coming out
It's
swinging.
hmm, that's I would say a little more ambitious, but I don't think it's 60% more accurate. I think the correct answer is 44% more accurate. We'll stop this poll a little early because yeah, it's just numbers. But like
It's
honestly, it did you move the poll?
it was over your face, so I can move this way a little, and
Ah,
people can still see
I
it.
can now it's over your face. I think that's what happens in so I
Anne
guess
is just saying a pure guess. You mean you don't know, Anne? You haven't run your own benchmarks and tests?
Oh yeah, that should be fun, right? Like running your own benchmarks to check Rovo.
And I can see the audience is pretty split, which I'm in the
Yeah,
same boat, folks.
yeah. The correct one is 44% more accurate, 48% fewer tokens. That is a very interesting place to be. Actually, have you known or have you had a chance to experience utilizing your full tokens?
No. But part of my challenge, like again, I'm an independent creator. I'm using Rovo in demo instances, mostly for show and tell. I'm
Hmm.
not using it the way you use it, or most. Like I'm a bad example in that sense.
Sure.
So I've never come anywhere near the limit in
If
any way.
if I could, I'll just download this video, split this audio where Rob says, "I am a bad example." Let's just use it everywhere else.
I tell people all the time, like, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop because Suji's gonna get me in trouble.
Okay, but no, I actually know somebody whose tokens expired, and but
Oh wow.
because Atlassian has said that they will give a 90-day notice before they start charging, so I
Hmm.
think they were fine with it. And because tokens reset every 30 days, every month, so that right now is a very good place to be in. I don't know when it will change or how it will change and what's a long-term view in which this becomes viable for Atlassian first, and second, not killing the user's bill in the longer run. That would be a very delicate thread to balance.
I'll be. I've been watching more YouTube investigations, reporters, whatever, on AI and like where they think it's going. And there's a lot of talk around on device models,
Hmm. Hmm.
open source, open weighted models that aren't these proprietary ones.
Yeah.
Um, and the suggestion is if, the one on your computer can do 80% of the job, we won't all need to be using Claude. There'll be use cases for them, but
Hmm.
that'll offload a lot of that burden, a lot of that cost. Um, Galen's got an interesting point. Asked Rovo. Oh, sorry. Asked Rovo
We
to
both,
consumption.
yeah.
Um, I guess this kind of makes sense because each individual user, like the limits at the site or org level, like individual users are given or add to your total tokens, but it's distributed across everyone there, right?
Hmm.
It's saying
It's
for
not
each
at a site level, right? It's at an org level.
org level.
It's at an org level.
Okay, I'll double
So
check that while we're
you
speaking.
have the ability to turn on or off. Like if you have 5 sites in your org, everything will pull up on the basis of your users. But
You're
you
right.
can turn on or off at a specific site. But it still gets counted as like if you have 4 sites and your IT is your most notorious for using robo credits, you can turn them off so that everybody else at least has an equal plate. Otherwise, your 5 sites tokens could be finished by just one site which is being used by IT.
Yep. Um,
I read somewhere that I don't know if it was an official blog or somebody in the community who wrote about it, that there is a way that Atlassian is envisioning where you would be able to set caps. As of now, you can't, but you would be able to set a cap. Let's say 20% of my credit that my current site has, I can go over and then stop.
Oh, so not saying, sorry, I thought you were going the other way. I thought you were saying people in this user group or this one site can use up to X credits.
Hmm.
Instead, we get 1,000 total, and we can go up to 12,000, and then
Yeah.
no more to cap the bill.
Yes.
Okay.
All of that, anything over and above right now is opt in, though, because I was doing a research the other day about robo credits for a customer, and I didn't know this, that you could you would not be charged until you opt in. So if your credits expire, they expire. You have to opt in for added on tokens so that your uh, robo works
Huh.
after your credits are expired. By default, they are turned off.
So if you exceed your limit today, they'll shut off Rovo, but they won't charge you? Question mark.
No, yes, that's right.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So yeah, I've never hit the limit.
Yeah, I'll tell you one more funny thing. So, and this is a question for everybody. I wish we created a poll about this, but that's okay. So let's say you are using a customer portal and you have your virtual support agent. Let me first ask you, do you think virtual support agent uses Rovo or not? Yes or no? Rovo credits, yes or no? That's the question.
Hang on. I got you.
So if, let's say, for example, you have a virtual support agent on your customer portal, does it use Rovo credits? Yes or no? What do you think? What do you think, Rob?
Is this the virtual agent out of Jira Service Management, or is this customer
Yes.
service?
Jira Service Management. It's actually run on the same principle.
I don't think so, because that predated Rovo.
But today, the question is today.
Well, what about yesterday, Sajid? I'm going to say no. I built an entire learning course around that tool, and then they just basically blew it up and replaced it with Rovo.
Yep. So people are saying 80%, 83% is saying yes. It does not. Help desk does not use Rovo credits, but there's a caveat to it. Help desk has its own rule credit, which is separate from Rovo credit. So your virtual support agent can have at least somewhere around 1,000 responses or something. There's a number that you will find on your virtual agent, depending
1,000.
on the tier that you are on. After you resolve those, or after you utilize those, or your customers, because that's technically being used by your customers. You are not using it. Why would you talk to your virtual agent? Your customers would talk to your virtual agent to find the right either help desk request or a knowledge document. So when you do that, and when your customers finish it, it will just stop working, and they will automatically be redirected to either the pattern matching algorithm that Atlassian Help Desk has, where it may refer you to a knowledge document, but the virtual agent will not. It will stop working.
Yeah, I just put the link in chat. 1,000 per month is a monthly bill, or 12,000 per year.
Yes, and that is separate. I thought it would just club into Rovo, and that's what I said in front of somebody. And then I double checked myself, like, give me a minute, let me check. And I checked myself. I was like, I didn't know I had to manage two separate chargeback tokens for a customer now.
That's fascinating. CSM also has an additional charge for resolved via their agent.
Yes. I think, but that is Rovo, right?
That is Rovo, but that's on top of paying for service collection.
That's true. All right. Just check myself.
You're an overachiever, Kaithra. That's amazing.
Yeah. Just wait 90 days. Tomorrow morning you'll get an email and you have to pay for all of those. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk a little bit more about Teamwork Graph, or CLI. The Teamwork Graph CLI launched with how many available commands? Another number question. What do you think, Rob?
I don't know, 300? Why not?
So CLI did launch in open beta in Team 26 with X amount of commands, and I think officially is now GA. I'm not wrong. I think it's GA now.
Also,
by the way, technically 150 plus, if you write, then 300 is also correct answer, right? Because it is 300.
Wow.
So in that case, you could just be safe and say 50 plus, because hey, 300
That's
is
all
also 50. Yeah, 500 plus is also. Finding loopholes in your own quiz. Nice. But yeah, the correct answer actually is 300. So it launched with 300 commands. Have you played around with CLI?
I don't use the CLI.
It's not CLI. CLI. At least call it CLI. It's not CLI. How can CLI be called CLI?
I don't know. Climate
change. Yes, that's right. But I think we should get somebody who has played around with CLI on one of our episodes. If you are one of those, please let us know.
Yeah, I certainly am not. I know you're talking to me, but definitely would love to know more about it, because we've got at this point Rovo Dev, and Teamwork Graph CLI all those separate things that all you feel like they use the same tech, but maybe don't.
Have you felt like sometimes as a champion, it's crazy that you don't know the top three new products that have been announced in the market? Like, I've never played around with talent. I've not even seen Focus. Now there was something about commercials as well, right? What was it called? Budget? No, not budget. Something
Um,
around for finances. Oh, maybe Focus was that product.
I'm the certification guy. I stay in my lane, Sajid. Kind of. I mean, it's also just like, even as much as we use it, we will still be in the middle of a demo or talking to a client or training. Like, that's new. Just like the
Yeah.
pace of change, the amount of stuff, especially with the AI, because it's the general industry is going so fast. It does not surprise me
True.
that there's stuff that we're like, no clue.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next question. Let's ask this and see what people say. When you install Rovo Studio, what happens to every user in your org by default? Everybody gets access to read only to agents. All receive the Studio user role. All need approval to see Studio, or nothing. Studio is opt in per user. This is kind of like the question that we have for Rovo in one of our episodes, which was like a big audience separator. If you remember, what happens if you opt out of AI,
Mhm.
and what happens to Rovo then?
It doesn't quite shut it off. Well, that's another interesting question for Atlassian. When will Atlassian intelligence completely turn into Rovo?
I
There
think it
used
already has.
it's still, the icon still shows up on like filters. There's a
Mm.
website for it that used to be the landing page that redirects to Rovo now. Um,
I remember seeing some knowledge document where it was talking about Rovo, and then in bracket, previously known as Atlassian Intelligence.
oh, interesting. Huh. I got nothing.
I mean, it was something. So, like how you say, how you can now say Rovo CLI, Rovo Studio, Rovo Dev. It was Rovo something,
Mm.
and I don't remember what it was, but in the bracket it said previously called Atlassian Intelligence. All right, the audience is pretty split. What do you think, Rob?
It can't be one, because when you get there's like no read-only access to agents. You have to interact with them.
Okay,
Needing approval to see Studio, wouldn't that just be turning Studio on? I would lean towards they all just get the role.
so number two,
Number dose.
those is correct.
Woo!
That is correct. All the users receive the access, the Studio user role. If your admin wants to remove them, they have to manually go in and change that. Do you think that's very smart?
It depends on your perspective.
See, at the end of the day, I'm like, I think my heart always goes out because I started as an admin. Right? So anything that adds on work for an
Mhm.
admin, I will always do not want to do that. But like from a longer perspective, from a larger perspective, you do not want to have everybody manually go in and do something as well. You might have like give everybody access and then remove it. But yeah, what do you think?
I get it. They're trying to get adoption. Also trying to think through like, what's the risk? You can at the org level restrict the ability to create agents, and only space admins can make automations. So like, just having access to Studio doesn't necessarily let you go in and do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Question mark. So oh, Anne had a serious question. How many users do you have? I only have one, so that makes it easy for Rob. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
curious how the balance between giving admins the tools to manage their org the way they want is balanced against how Atlassian wants to drive adoption against general user usability. And I'm not smart enough to square that circle. So
I mean, usability has definitely like I think so. Again, I might sound a little off for saying this, but I feel like Atlassian has realized the potential that it had not taken by sticking to some of the rudimentary original concepts that we admins loved, right? Like the projects, like these are not the standard terms that you would use in the world outside also. So they have made those changes over the last couple of years to be more in line with how the market as a trend would work. Excuse me. And in that direction, it's moving in the right uh, angle, because see, as a company which makes productivity software, while they would want to make work uh, simpler and easier, a lot of times it will happen that it will become tougher first. So maybe that's where we are for now.
Yeah, and I think any change makes it tougher, right? Like to your point earlier, we're community champions. We live and breathe this stuff, and we're still blindsided by little and big
Oh yeah.
things. So imagine admin number 12 at company number 47. Like they're going to be blindsided even more.
It's admin numbers.
Admin 11 will be fine, but admin
I think
12
that should be
will-
a T-shirt. Admin number 7, company number 42. Oh, Liz has a great point. You have to understand that ROI is not a dollar sign. It's ramp up productivity loss until expertise is achieved. All of this needs to be happening per month in adoption. I agree. I agree, Liz. Yes. All right. Let's look at the next question. The next question is about Rovo's implicit memory, which was announced at Team 26, which Rob was saying earlier. What constitutes as implicit memory? Every chat session in real time, the weekly activity across tools, manual entries, or monthly admin triggered syncs? What goes into implicit memory for Rovo?
Yep, just drop a 1, 2, 3, 4 in chat. And there's a bit of a chat delay, folks. It takes like a minute for
Yeah.
us to see what you typed. Yeah, I've got an upcoming YouTube video on this feature because I think it's so useful. I will also point out individual users can opt out, essentially.
Yeah.
You can tell Rovo to stop watching you in so many words. Just keep in mind like that it won't have that. It's part of its prompt, essentially. And so it's using this information to give you better results. It's entirely up to each individual.
Yeah.
And I'll stop talking because I might give away answers here.
It does put a very strange dilemma in my head, and I'll tell you more about it once we have the answer, and we'll stop the poll. All right. The weekly activity across tools is gaining, and manual entries you're adding is reducing. What do you think is the right answer, Rob?
Dose.
Yes. Today is that day. All correct answers, point number 2. But that's correct. Weekly activity across tools is what becomes your implicit memory. It's actually synced weekly. So, like literally at a week's interval, it will sync. And then your explicit memory is the conversations that you have with Rovo.
Explicit is what you tell it.
Yeah. So, like in terms of what you will talk to Rovo using chat.
My understanding is the implicit is what Rovo observes through either interactions you take with a system or chats with it. And then explicit is what you go in and type into explicit memory.
Oh.
So you can go, like the example I do in my video, it's not ready yet, but I go in and I say, anytime you respond to a question, give me a 3 bullet point summary at the top.
I thought explicit is what you had with your conversations. Maybe we need to check that.
Yeah. You can also tweak the implicit memories. Like there is some ability to reprompt its implicit memory. So if you're looking at it and you're like, this doesn't seem right, or no, I don't work on that project, you can correct what it has.
So basically you can correct the implicit memory.
Correct. And then every week, to your point, and in that question is just updating itself based on what you do.
I had a feeling explicit memory can also be deleted, right?
Yes. If you give it something explicit, you can then go in and pull it out if you don't want it anymore.
Right. And that's what I was saying. The thought was, so like imagine you have your Teams channel or your Slack channels connected with Rovo. Now you have private groups within your team members where you're just talking about or dishing something about your manager. And one day you just are asking something and Rovo takes that as an implicit memory and just drops it on a conference page.
I mean, yeah, that's where I'd be curious. And one of the questions I want to ask folks is like, go look at your implicit memories for folks who are actively using it and just see what's in there and share the craziest stuff. I don't know how those implicit memories are defined by Rovo. Like, how does it
Yeah.
determine what to pull in? I imagine if you're constantly bad mouthing your manager, it might start to notice that. Like, if every interaction you have with other people is, man, working with Sajid, he's such a jerk. Oh, he's so hard to
Yep.
work with. It might pick up on that. But that's a good question for the group.
And
but,
somebody imagine, like, you're saying, like, who would be a good chance? How would Sajid work with this project? And Rover responds, "Oh, my interactions tell me Sajid is a jerk. I don't think you should put him on the project." And imagine Rover putting that on the conference page. Or maybe use a word which is not contextualized correctly, like in Hindi or something,
I feel like we have some
things
testing
mean
to do.
different.
Yes. I think we have some testing to do, Sajid. How do we red team Rovo?
Yeah. But like that's one thing that always thought. Like so I'm a big Office fan, giant Office fan, right? So there's this one episode where everybody has a chat conversation where they are just dishing. There's a character called Gabe, and in my head, in today's world, I imagine they have Rovo or they have some GPT version connected to their chat tool, and that already has that information, so their boss can actually see it because the admin can pull something like that out. I was like, privacy down the hole.
I like also the Jira guy. Rodney's in here with us. Explicit memory is saying you hate your boss. Implicit memory is that you hate your boss. Tacit memory is assuming that you should hate your boss.
Implicit memory is the memory that you hate your boss. Sure.
Now, Charlene had an interesting point. As far as I know, only you and Atlassian support has access to your Rovo chat.
Oh.
As far as I know, I'd have to double check. So that's Rovo chat. Now, Teams, Slack, etc., is an entirely different story. So if you're just talking to Rovo, and I don't recommend this, but if you're bad mouthing someone to Rovo, that should just be between you and Rovo. If you're bad mouthing someone in Teams, they can see it. Assume someone will find it.
But like, that was another question that I was having a conversation with somebody from the community where I was like, because all that information that happens in Rovo chat conversations, I think it was during one of the AI masterclasses. So like, remember how you would leave and you would create a knowledge document of the things that you do for somebody else to review when you're leaving as a document. If somebody just looked at my chat history, they would know everything that I was working with Rovo or any other agent. So do we envision a future where your boss would just say, "Oh, just export all your chat history," and that's it? That's a knowledge conversation. That's a knowledge document.
I don't like that's information. I don't know if that's knowledge, right? Like those are data points. I'd be more curious, could you have an agent at a company that when someone's account is deactivated, it automatically goes through, codifies everything and spits it out as a Confluence page?
Yes. Like, if you're talking really seriously, that's what I mean. But like in a very rudimentary world, I said it very crassly. Like, for example, today, let's say you have SharePoint, right? So you are not actively going and deleting items from your SharePoint. Now, SharePoint captures everything from your Teams files to your Outlook files to Office 365 that you personally go and upload as well. I've never personally gone into SharePoint to look at the files and then delete when I leave a company. So the admin actually has access to those files that I have shared. And that becomes like, for example, it could be a proposal, it could be a Excel sheet that I worked on. So the data is with the company. Now, this data does not stay with the company because, as you said, that chat right now is between Rovo and maybe the support desk. 100% agree, Charlene. 100% agree.
I haven't touched
Such
SharePoint.
A love-hate.
I haven't used it in 20 years, and I remember being
20 years. Such a love-hate relationship. The other day, I was talking to somebody and I was telling them, "Hey, I've updated this conference page," and they told me, "Can you export it and put it on SharePoint?" And I think they just lost a possible potential friend they could have had with that one sentence.
Wow.
I took the effort of putting things on the conference, and you asked me to put it on SharePoint. Nobody.
As a PDF. Yep.
Uh, and was a SharePoint admin for 17K people. I will not go back. Is there anything to go back? I mean, has SharePoint changed? Like, I think it has still stayed the same. Like, I mean, you can talk to stuff about SharePoint with Copilot now because it's a separate application. Like, has SharePoint changed? I think SharePoint is like it.
Oh, Rodney's got a.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say Rodney's point around other features that are hidden from admins.
Right. The private filter. Yeah. Exactly. That's like maybe a version of future where we are saying, let's say, for example, Gov Cloud, right? Where like everything has to be very much controlled, like an ultra controlled environment for, I don't know, for legal reasons, for potential other reasons. In that case, maybe what conversations you have with the tool chat bot, not safe, not secure. So don't, at least not from your work laptop, right?
Or your work internet connection, or your work login, or
Yeah, or don't use LinkedIn from your work laptop as well.
Right. I think we've got another number question here we can throw at folks, Sujit.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, which one? Go ahead. Nice.
All right, folks. So a number, what do you think? How many Rovo-assisted actions did Atlassian report in a single month back in Team 26? 2, 7, 14, or 50 million? Let's see, what's the math on that
I
like?
think we forgot to add the plus.
Exactly. It was exactly 2 million.
2,000,001. No, that's not it.
That's 65,000 a day, or 225,000 a day, or 451,000 a day, or 1.61 million per day.
Did you just divide it?
I used mentally, I used my arms to control a calculator that told me the number.
Nice.
Rodney has the exact number, 8.674 million. Everyone's thinking 2 million. You don't think there were more, folks?
I think we just used 2 million as an example and everybody just got stuck to it.
I angered him pretty well. And Kythra is upping the average.
Yeah. Good point. What is the correct answer, Rob?
14 million.
14 million. That's right. The number 3.
I don't know what to do with that number, though. Did you just vote as Ace
Yep.
Quiz Whiz on the quiz where I told you the answer?
Yep. After you told me the answer.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, this would be interesting over time, but I don't know how useful a metric like this is to me, because the amount of skills, the ability for Rovo to take action will change. It'll add or remove them. Obviously, the number of people using Rovo will change at some point if and when they start charging for it. That will have an impact. So there's no real like apples to apples over time in my mind way to compare this, other than 14 million seems like a big number.
Yeah.
Like, cool.
All right, let's do the final question in this as well, which was around administration. So all admins, where can you now find Rovo settings? And this is an update from March 2026. So it's been 3 months. I think it has updated. Let me know if it has changed for your side though. Or did you go and check?
I know this because I'm building an ACP 520 course, and I've been staring at this screen for weeks.
Nice. Okay. Let's see what the audience says.
Enter a 1 if you think it's under products Rovo, 2 under a dedicated Rovo section in the admin panel, under security AI controls, or under settings integrations Rovo. And don't go and look. Just tell us off the top of your head.
And also maybe in the chat, tell us where you think it should be, if it's not where you think it should be.
And this is one that is going to cause my life living, make my life living heck, just because I'm assume wherever it is now, it'll be different in 6 months.
Oh, 100%.
and I'll get
You record
complaints.
a video and then it will change.
Yeah.
I'm just realizing the option number 2 is not like the full option that it should have been.
It cuts off the number of
Yeah, it cuts
characters.
off, but it
75,
says
I think.
under a dedicated Rovo section in the sidebar. If this.
Yep.
Oh, Liz has a comment. Liz says it should not be under products to Rovo because products doesn't exist anymore.
Dun, dun, dun. Products are now apps. That's another name change along with flows. My problem with calling them automation flows is I want to say workflow. And I've lost track of the number of videos I've recorded where I say workflow.
How many automation flows have you added in your workflows? See, it took a minute, right? Like, what are you trying to ask?
You can't put automations in workflows. You can do post functions.
By the way, is it didn't one of those also change? So post function, what was the other one?
They in the new UI, they're all called something different.
Yeah.
Conditions. Yeah.
Now post function conditions, validations, and there was one more thing, right? They changed
Attributes.
that. Attributes.
Yes. Attributes are still called attributes, but everything else has a slightly different name. They do the same thing though.
And so they're all rules. All right. What when? Okay. So people say it's under a dedicated Rovo section in the sidebar. Is that the correct answer, Rob?
I mean, Sajid gave it to us all earlier. He said it's all 2 today. It's 2.
That's right. It is under a dedicated section on the sidebar. It makes sense. Makes sense again because now with the amount of changes that you are doing, with the Atlassian is doing inside Rovo, makes sense to put it all under one place. So welcome change, I would say, rather than finding it somewhere else.
It makes sense given Rovo is this big thing they're pushing, and there's a lot of concern over how do I manage it and how do I control it. Although to all the points in chat are like it's just another app. Why isn't it under apps? Like Jira is still big and important. Why isn't that a separate one?
Yeah.
So
I think it could definitely. I could definitely see it moving though. Like it could move to more bolder position in a while, just ruining Rob's videos so that he have to add a screenshot on top of those videos. But
screenshot with just text overlay. It's here now.
It's here now. Yeah. But yeah, those are the quiz questions that we had today. What else, Rob? We have 8 more minutes. Yeah, or have we gone over 5 minutes? I don't realize. Was Rovo game 45 minutes or 1 hour?
We got at least a minute or 2.
Okay.
And I'm heading into San Francisco today, so I got to go remember.
Oh, you are for the teamwork collection.
Yeah, so Atlassian has, similar to RovoCon last year, they have a bunch of on-site community-led conferences about the teamwork collection. Rovo is part of the teamwork collection. So if folks have questions they want me to ask, they'll have Atlassians there running sessions. There'll be hands-on stuff. But also there are a bunch of these locally. I can't get to the one in Austin this time around. I'll be somewhere else. But a lot of major cities have these. So it's a full-day conference. I'll be in Seattle tomorrow as well at the events.
Nice. Somewhere next month, I believe, next month or the month after in India as well. I think there are 2 cities in India which are doing it. So if you are, do you have the link handy? Maybe you could just drop that in the chat for people to check where they could see where is the next teamwork collection.
Let me go find it. I think I've got it.
Nice. How big can a chat be, Rodney? I don't think a chat would be enough. Nested comments, maybe. Then we think about it.
All right, there's the link in the chat. It takes you to the event page. We've got Seattle, San Francisco today, Seattle tomorrow, Boston, Vancouver, Canada, Sydney, Australia, Austin, Texas, Pune. Did I say that right? India?
100%.
Washington, D.C., Bangalore, India, London, Amsterdam, Barcelona, Berlin, Oslo, London again.
What? There are 2 events in London?
Oh, it's a different one. That's experience the excitement of Europe 26. Oh, there's a
Okay.
RovoCon in Oslo. Anyone want to send me to Oslo in September?
Nice. What is this ACCS?
Atlassian Community Conferences.
Another name that has been changed. You remember it used to be CLCs?
Mm-hmm.
It used to be community-led conferences, and now another name has been changed. Yes, Sachin Pune. So Sachin is actually one of the champions from Pune. So,
Hey.
yes. Oh, Rodney is going to Oslo. Maybe you could just hide in his bag.
Easy.
You can say also the Jira guy.
The Jira guy Jr.
Jira guy. Jira. Oh, let's not go there. That's a joke that has not landed well with a lot of folks.
Oh, fair.
Oh man, yeah. Oh, he's not going. He wants to go to Oslo. Okay. All right. All right. That looks about it, guys. Thank you everybody who joined us today. We have a very special Asking for Trouble episode this Friday.
We do. We have an old friend of mine joining us, right? Talking about what mistakes are worth making for your career or in your career, or what mistakes would we make again?
Yes, that's. I mean, there are so many interesting conversations we can have from it, but like one major thing that the reason it stood out for me is my jump into the Atlassian ecosystem was actually a mistake. It was not meant to be. I was meant to work on Change Point, but somebody redirected me to Jira, and I was like, okay. And like 10 years, almost 9 years later, here I am.
Yeah, I was forced into it. I had no choice. So joined a company. They said that's Confluence, and here we are now, and it's my job.
Yes. All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you all on Friday. It's going to be a fun episode. And if you have any questions specifically for Rob, since he's going to the Teamwork Collection, please reach out to him on LinkedIn. You can drop a comment here on YouTube. Reach out to his channel, comment there. There are so many ways to reach Rob. If you want his personal number, I can just drop it in the chat as well. You can spam him. If you want his address, I can give you that. But like, let's start with just adding a LinkedIn comment.
I don't think I've given you my address.
I actually have your address, but that's a different story. Remember Amazon orders we did for
yes,
Team 26?
I do.
Yes. All right. Thank you, everybody. And we'll see you on Friday. Cheers.
Cheers all.